Kristjaan, a whirlwind summer on Weir side. How do you reflect on the transfer window?
Well, we're really pleased with the progress we've made over the last 3 months. I think to come out of the window where the squad's at, I think it gives us great foundations for the season ahead.
Let's rewind to the start of the window. How important was it to conclude business early?
Look, naturally, being a playoff final winner, the window's a little bit shorter for us. So we wanted to build some momentum, and the quickest way of doing that is to get some high quality players in, which we felt we did. Gives some proof points to what we're doing, gives something to talk about with other players and to support us. And what we've hopefully done is build momentum all the way through the window right to the final day.
You mentioned that momentum. It has been an excellent start to the season on the field as well. Many of those players who have come in since the season started have talked about the results we've had, the level of our performances, the atmosphere in the stadium, something that everybody from fans, players and staff can all take great pride in.
Yeah, look, we're really, really pleased with the start and the 3 games and the performances across all the 3 games. I think what's most pleasing, is the players that are showing and demonstrating the culture, understanding the connection with the club, understanding what the club means to the community, and then on top of that, being able to put the performances in which fit with the identity. And I think you've seen a Sunderland team in the opening 3 games that, whether you're a member of staff or whether you're a supporter, you can be proud of the team.
We spoke about togetherness a lot last season. We saw that togetherness on and off the field during the playoffs. That's continued this campaign. How important is that going to be as we face the challenges ahead?
Yeah, look, I think building team spirit's really, really important. I think you can start to see a really good team forming, a really, really good squad. I think you can see some really positive relationships between the players. And look, in the positive moments, it comes to the fruition. And when we have some more difficult moments in the season, which we surely will have, I think that's where we'll see the real value of that teamwork.
Let's reflect on deadline day. It was a late finish here at the Academy of Light. 3 deadline day arrivals who will all add different qualities to our squad.
Yeah, look, I think it's really important for us to have different options, to have the squad depth and the competition most importantly, that every day on the training field is a high level, and it gives the coach and the coaches the best squad to pick from for every Saturday. And going into those games, we're going to need different profiles. We're going to need players in the games who will play different positions and different roles, as you've probably seen over the first 3 games. So really important that we've got enough variety, but most importantly, enough quality.
Several players and Regis have also committed their future to the club this summer, an indicator of not just how we're building for this season, but beyond it.
Yeah, I think that we've always said over the last 4 or 5 years that it's not just about what we do in the transfer window, it's about all the components, and the transfer window is one of those. I think the start point, Regis committing to the football club, I think is really important because as the head coach, everyone's looking to that position for stability and for continuity and consistency. And then from there you can build out, and really, really pleased to be able to have the players that have been part of our journey that we feel can move to the next step and be part of obviously the future for Sunderland in the Premier League. For them to also see it's the best place for them, I think is obviously really, really pleasing.
There's been notable departures throughout the summer, none more so than yesterday, as we said farewell to Patrick Roberts. Hard to overstate just how important he's been throughout our journey from League One to the Premier League.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you talk about team spirit and you talk about culture, and then you lose players that are instrumental in that. Patrick's been, I think, really instrumental for us over the last 4 years. I think for him to take the chance to come to Sunderland in the first place, where it probably wasn't an obvious choice, and to play the number of games he has. But not just that, I think you're looking for big players like that to affect big moments. And I think if you look at both the Sheffield Wednesday game and then the final in May, really, really influential, that's got the club where it has to. So it's a massive thanks to him, and hopefully it's a good opportunity for him to go and play more regular games.
We now enter an international break, a moment to reflect, but also to maintain our momentum and refocus to ensure that we're ready when the games start up again.
Yeah, certainly. I think it's a really good moment to reflect for the team. As you can see, we've got a small group in training at the minute. We've got now lots of players away on international duty, so it's a different problem for us to solve going into the Crystal Palace game and when we come out of the windows. But look, everybody's geared up behind the scenes. We've hopefully had a really positive window, but it's all it is at the minute. It's given us a foundation, but there's no point having a good foundation unless we go and build on it, and that's certainly our intent over the coming weeks and months.